I'm Stephanie Reddy. Welcome to the warm-up brought to you by Ford. We've got Steve Smith and Channing Frye in the building tonight. 5 games in the NBA. Exciting night. Doubleheader on TNT. And we're about at the midway point, actually precisely at the midway point. We'll get into that a little bit later. So, gentlemen, we thought this was the perfect time to dive into the standings. Steve Smith's favorite.
Love the standings. Tells me a lot.
We'll start in the Eastern Conference, 1 through 6. I mean, we probably predicted that these 6 teams, with the exception of the Heat, would be in the top 6 when the season first started. Am I right?
Let me just start off. Channing, I'm disappointed in the 76ers. And yes, Embiid has been hurt for a few games, but this was way before the injury.
Yeah.
26 and 16, they're not out of it. You still can win a championship coming from 4th, 5th spot. But I thought for sure they'd be battling with the best record with the Milwaukee Bucks at this time of the year.
They should. With their talent level, they are absolutely atrocious on the road. I'm actually impressed with the Pacers. I didn't know how Brogdon was going to fit in. And then to put that backcourt when Victor Oladipo comes back healthy is going to be really dangerous. And I think as good as the Bucks are, the teams like the Pacers, the Heat, and even Toronto, because, Masai is going to make a move now. Even if it's a vet or if it's a backup guard, somebody is going to come in there and help them because they do have that championship pedigree.
And Channing, Steph, I think you guys all agree. The Miami Heat has done a phenomenal job.
Yes.
With rookies.
From Spoelstra to
Unbelievable.
Pat Riley and Jimmy Butler, too.
Yep.
The way he's allowed those young guys, giving them confidence, having those guys take some big shots. And they defend and they don't beat themselves. And Bam Adebayo, you got him. I got him up there as most improved and probably all-star.
Yeah, definitely an all-star. And I think you look at where they are now with the 3 rookies that they play as much as they play. Look, what are they going to be like at the end of the season when they've been through the fire? They've been through it all with Jimmy, and they're learning to live in that controversy, which I like. And I still got that date. I think it's March 20 when they play Indiana again. Listen, I got it on the calendar as a reminder.
I'm impressed with Goran Dragic.
Yeah.
Veteran, whatever it takes to win. I come off the bench and still putting up big numbers, finishing games, but doesn't have to go up against those starters and play that heavy minutes.
They've been very impressive and very unselfish and lots of fun to watch. We talked a little bit about the rankings, right? Milwaukee is head and shoulders above everyone else. They only have 6 losses. One of those losses came back in October against the very team that they will be playing tonight, the Boston Celtics. Do you recall that?
Yes. They just weren't in shape. They didn't know their team. I think the Milwaukee Bucks are a completely different team now than what they were. They've been put in different situations. They've grown with their chemistry, and guys are understanding their role. And Giannis is really getting into his groove, where Boston, on the other hand, has lost a lot of bad games lately, 4. But you know what? I don't see the Celtics going in here and winning this game. I think the Bucks are going to send a message to the rest of the league. And look at Giannis there working on his free throws. He's going to go to work tonight.
And Channing, that last game, and taking nothing from the Boston Celtics, they're a good team.
Yeah.
But I thought Kemba Walker, 21 of his 32 in the second half, he just took over. Yeah. And sometimes you have guys that just take over, and he has that ability. They came in, they won that game. I think deeper now, this will be a better assessment of who these 2 teams are when we get a chance to watch them play tonight.
Well, remember the last game that Boston played just last night, they did not win, but Jason Tatum did not play. They're expecting him to play, and prior to him sitting out last night, the previous 2 games, 62 points combined. So I'm expecting him to have another offensive explosion. Does that factor into whether you think they can win or not?
Well, they have definitely a better chance with Jason Tatum. And I love Jaylen Brown. I love Gordon Hayward and Kemba. But I think he just adds another dimension with those guys, because you got 3, 4 wing guys. Giannis, Middleton, they can't guard all of them. So if he's going, he makes life easier. And I think he makes life easier so Kemba doesn't have to force shots.
Totally. I think for me, I have Boston having 2 guys go to the All-Star game. And that is Jason Tatum and Kemba. And I feel like even though they've had a lot of injuries to their front court, those 2 guys have been playing amazing. Everything that we said, Jason Tatum, he wasn't shooting well from the 3. He's been shooting amazing this year. He was shooting inefficient last year. Could he be a leader? Could he be that special talent that turns into even more special player? And he's doing that this year. And Kemba is just Kemba. I love his game. And he's just a great leader and out there just making sure these guys play hard every night.
And I'm glad you brought that up, especially the leader part.
Welcome.
Because we're going to compare Kemba Walker to who he replaced. Kyrie Irving, and that's been the huge question mark with Kyrie. We all know he's supremely talented, but does he have the capability to lead a locker room to a championship?
I think no. And I played with him. I don't think that's where he specializes. He's the type of guy, you give him the ball and you say you're one of the most talented guys on the court. go win us this game. I don't care if you say a word to me, just go help us win the game. Now, he's been put in situations where he's had younger guys look up to him, and he's like, hey, listen, look, I'm not here to coddle you. We're here to win. That's what it's about. Like, it's about me doing what I'm supposed to do every single night. It's not about me, oh, you didn't shoot well, or oh, you didn't play well. He don't care. He's like, just let's get out and win. And, I don't agree with what he said last night. I think that should have been held behind closed doors. But you can't compare the two. Kemba is a true natural leader, where Kyrie is a true natural talent and a winner.
Yeah, and I think Channing said it best. I mean, you just go by, what the type of team they had last year. And they had some injuries, and Gordon Hayward wasn't fully back, but they had a team that should have showed better. You can always lose. Things happen. You know, teams that play better than you, even you're more talented. I just thought you can tell just body language, interviews. It was always what's going on with Kyrie. No one doubts he's one of the most, I would say, top 2 or 3 point guards I've seen talent-wise.
Right.
Oh, for sure.
But then the next step for Kyrie right now is take that talent, help others around you, and win, because you have that type of ability. And we shall see in Brooklyn. Didn't get it done in Boston last year.
Or be quiet and win. Just be quiet and win. That's it. Like, you don't always got to say something.
Right. Important, though, for that position specifically,
Yeah.
at the point guard position.
Yeah.
All right.
Be a quiet leader.
True. You can't. I mean, it's happened. We see it all the
I played
time.
with Mookie Blaylock. Mookie didn't say
Great
a lot.
example.
Unbelievable leader.
Great example. We have so much more to get into. In fact, we're going to talk a little Utah Jazz. Rudy Gobert has 29 double-doubles on the season. The warm-up. We'll be back.